And also, I think that a lot of people are negative about React content, and I would challenge anybody who is extremely negative about React content this one thing. If you view React content as parasitic because it takes away viewership from the original creator and you are making money off of somebody else's work, in what way can that not be applied to video games?
So this is a very stupid take. First and foremost, Asmongold is working from a self-justified predisposition that React content, the situation where someone watches a video from YouTube and re-uploads it to YouTube, or, uses it as Twitch content, is the exact same situation as someone records him playing, for example, Diablo 2 or Diablo 3, and then uploads it to YouTube as a Let's Play, a walkthrough, a guide, or something like that. Fundamentally, most people believe that these two things are completely not the same. But Asmongold and his worldviews thinks that a Let's Play is fundamentally the exact same circumstance, the exact same situation, the exact same concept as a React video, which is something that I think that absolutely the majority of people will disagree with. You can't fundamentally try to argue against someone like Asmongold in this situation, because he will only accept an answer to his question if you are thinking in the exact same way as he is. For example, if I say 2 plus 2 is 5, and you say no, 2 plus 2 is 4, I will not accept your answer. I will only accept answers from people who also think 2 plus 2 is 5. This is what Asmongold is doing here.
Because everybody here, not everybody, but many people here, how many of you have ever watched a video of a video game, a playthrough of a video game, instead of buying the video game? How many of you have ever done that? Whataboutism? Well, no, what I'm saying is that it's not whataboutism at all. It's that if you want to make a rule that applies to everything, then you have to have the rule applied to everything. And what...
So, the farther we go, the obviously worse it gets in Asmongold's case. First of all, this logic can go to both ways. If you are saying that it's bad that some people just watch a playthrough of a video game and don't buy it, and that should not happen, then the exact same situation can be applied to the idea that React content is bad. You can't apply this specific ideology to just one thing and not the other, while it applies to both of them equally, or it should apply to both of them equally. For Asmongold, obviously it does not apply equally, because he's too stupid to understand that it should apply equally. But we can go even further than that. Nowadays, most video games in the terms of service have specific clauses that when you download, if the game is free, if you download the game, if you paid money for it or whatever, as long as you accept the terms of service, that you have been given explicit permission by the IP holders of said property, that you have permission to upload Let's Plays on YouTube, to upload walkthroughs, guides, and, use their game in your own commercial benefits, to play it on Twitch, to do this and that. Obviously, there are some exceptions for illegal shenanigans and whatnot, but there are very few exceptions. Most games do this as default. Pretty much the only company that doesn't do this is Nintendo, because games understand that at the end of the day, it's going to be a net positive for them if people play their games, which is not explicitly the same situation for YouTube people who make videos, and then if someone who has 10 times the audience reacts to it, and now no longer anyone watches the original video because the new video has explicitly taken the place of the original video as the main video. These two things are completely different. And the companies nowadays that do not have that specifically in TOS are doing it intentionally. For example, YouTube does this with their terms of service. Twitch does this with their terms of service. They are explicitly vague or do not put certain points in. So they have the end right to choose what is legal and what is not to be done with their products or their terms of service or how people conduct themselves. Does someone get banned or not? This is the exact same thing that games do. Because in reality, this has been the case for I don't know how long, pretty much forever. That in reality, if you want to do a let's play of a game, you technically need to ask permission from the IP holder. Can you actually do that? Obviously, no one ever enforced this except Nintendo, but even they started not too long ago. And not too long ago is like, what, 5-10 years at this point? But anyway, almost no one enforces this. Because gaming companies, for the majority of part, 100% understand that it is going to be a benefit. Because the reality is, it is a benefit for the vast majority of video game cases. But it's not always a benefit for YouTubers and such.